find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pickett finding Johnson there. First down, Steelers. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yard.
Going for Boykin, but it is intercepted. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Tackle made by Montravius Adams. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Right. Check. Shot. 17.
Again, it's Cook. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This defense for the Steelers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're saying right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. On 2nd down, this is Harris. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, Pickett. He's got his tight end Fryermuth right side. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Pickett on 4th down. He rifles one that's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor there. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 64 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. First down, and they go back to Harris. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett on the move to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Oh, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. There are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
You think defenses might be a little more prepared for plays like this because so many offensive coordinators, when they get the ball after a turnover, they do like to dial up a deep ball right away. And if I were a defensive coordinator in this league, that's exactly what I would say to my defense before they went out to play. In this case, though, they didn't get the message, and a big play resulted.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Lance. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Off of play action, here's Lance. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Blocked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they have 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Pickett. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Play action, now it's Lance. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there for Minnesota. 47 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll run with Cook. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Ultra. Ready?
Now a play fake. Lance. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Lance going to sneak it. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
3rd and short, and they thought they could just sneak and pick up the necessary yardage for a 1st down. But the defense, they said no.
Now receiver in motion left.
Green.
And they'll go for it. Lance. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said, take the 3. But it looks like they burned the book and just said, give me the analytics. And the analytics said, go for it. Didn't work out.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that will bring up second down. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Finding Pickens for another catch. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
Pickett sets up play action. Keeps himself upright. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Off play action. Pickett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack didn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Able to find his man, it's Pickens. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line.
And the Steelers first down.
First and 10, here's Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Looking to throw again on second down. Pickett. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
First down, Steelers.
Pickett going to bootleg it. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Pickett right back to the air again. Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And they will not cut in with that 10-point lead.
I'd say that it's fair to say nothing has gone right in this first half for them. Even here, you've got a chance to at least get on the board, but that goes by the wayside. And now, this coaching staff, they've got to figure out some way to wake this team up at halftime to get them going.
Here we go, set. Check you. Hey, you. Right.
A final shot before half for Lance. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better.
Well, Lance throws the interception, his third. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Meanwhile, Pickett's throw into the hands of Pickens. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Pickett to throw on first down. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Vikings 10, Steelers 7.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Slayton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On play action, Lance. He's going to look deep down the field. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Joseph now to have the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7. Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Pickett now on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 2nd down, here's Lance. That is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a 1st down.
Let's go now. Check that.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. In the 1st half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Again, it's Cook pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. We've now seen 3 consecutive 1-yard gains, and it brings up 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Ready, ready.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Ready, ready. Ready.
Running for it, here's Cook. And he is going to be out of bounds well short of the pylon, and that will be a turnover on downs. Wait a second, that's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a first down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Again, it's Harris on second down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on third down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys in great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there. Harris running straight ahead. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 84 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saunter 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the 41, Pickett. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
First down, Steelers.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
It's a gain 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Now Pickett. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Pickett's pass complete to Miles Boyd. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's Akeem Hicks, the towering NFL vet, coming in for the sack.
Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
It's a gain of 20. And the Steelers first down.
To the air on 1st down with Pickett. Here's Freiermuth again. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Steelers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or you try to bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts as early as opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Here's Cook again. Oh, look at the juke. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st.
Lance looking to throw.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Let's go. 6, 7. 52 black.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Green jack. Let's go. Charge.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Looking to throw here. Pickett.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
Here's Pickett.
And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Pickett to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Minnesota, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get another home day next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.